Hey there, it's Mercier and Matt Latour. Welcome into This Month in Niagara, where we are going to chronicle some of the biggest stories that happened in our region in January of 2024. Matt, what is going on over there? Your first month working with Giant FM and Country 89.
Yeah, the first month here in the heart of Niagara, right in Welland, and it was a busy first month to 2024. I know one of the first stories we got was about the QEW being closed in both directions because of a tanker truck that rolled over, which, at the time sounds like maybe it's just another crash, but then police released more details saying, hey, no, there was a car driving recklessly that caused all of this, and they released an image of that vehicle, and the OPP are actively investigating it.
Yeah, if you want complete links, you can obviously go to both giantfm.com and country89.com and go and check it out, because that was a big one. And you don't need to be new to our area to understand, a lot of the significance of traffic issues. And that was one of them. And I'm happy to say, I believe we were first on the scene on that one, were we not?
Yeah. We luckily I saw somebody, just a listener, tweet about it while I was uploading some of our stories to Twitter, and I said, "Oh, that seems like it's a bit of a big deal." So I reached out to OPP. We talked to our man Kerry Schmidt. He got me all kinds of details from the scene of what was going on, and it's something that 2.5, 3 weeks later they're still investigating, and there's still cleanup happening from it as well.
Story number 2, Niagara Catholic District School Board trustee relieved of duties. Controversy, might be putting it mildly, Matt. What can you tell us about this latest story?
Yeah, so trustee Natalia Benoit, they had a trustee board vote about kind of her future the next few months, if you will, about what her role will be, because she made headlines a few times in 2023, but one of them was while they were talking about pride flags and something that she said outside of the meeting that was caught on video by somebody. So as a result, she's been relieved of her duties as a trustee and banned from all meetings until at least June. It could go longer than that as well. But this one, obviously, for the Catholic School Board, it's the new year. They just want to focus on education. They had to do something about this, though, because everyone was upset about it, and I think they handled it quite well, and it seems like quite a swift decision.
Couple of harder news stories to begin the month, but there was a good one as it pertains to the St. Catharines Hospital and a new naming.
Yeah, the Murata family, they donated $15 million to St. Catharines Hospital, the place I was born, actually, funnily enough, and it's going to be renamed the Murata Family Hospital because of this donation, which is, the Niagara Health Foundation is very, very grateful for this. It's going to help them improve a lot of services at the hospital between, staffing. I know staffing at hospitals has been a huge topic of concern the last couple of years, but as well as equipment and things of that matter as well. $15 million can go a long way.
But it wasn't coming from the Latour family.
No, I looked at my bank account.
Thought about it. You were just under that mark, so they decided.
Listen, another one. I've got a lot of 7-Eleven points if they want those, but I don't have $15 million laying around to get a hospital renamed after me.
You mentioned staffing challenges with hospitals. Obviously, a story that we've been following the last couple of months too, as it pertains to housing affordability and just access. And I know there was a pretty cool announcement. It was sort of a partnership between both the city and federal governments.
Yeah, 700 housing units coming to St. Catharines. That was announced earlier this month by MP Chris Biddle, as well as Mayor Matt Cisco. And these housing announcements, we've seen a few of them across the province, but this is the biggest one in Niagara by a long shot. 700 units goes a long way, no matter where you are. And you look at a community like St. Catharines, where it feels like everything is so densely packed and they're always looking for more space to build housing and homes. This is going to go a long way. And there was an announcement in Port Colborne as well from the federal government to build a couple of housing units down there as well. So it's good to see housing getting built. And like you mentioned, the affordability. If there's no houses, then the ones that are available are going to be more expensive.
No, it's something that's impacting regions right across not only Ontario, but Canada for sure. And at least this is a step in a good direction of making sure that there are more places to live for people who are in the area. Last but not least, your story number 5, a major drug bust coming in at the border. Matt, what can you tell us about this?
So this happened back in September at the Queenston-Lewiston Bridge. A truck was stopped by Canada Border Services Agency, and they found, a few things, including, 500 pounds of cocaine, which what I've been told is a street value of $6.5 million. That's,
if you watch the show Narcos, like that's a lot.
500 pounds is that's a lot of cocaine, and $6.5 million. That's a lot of product that would have otherwise been hitting the streets of Canada. So this happened back in September. They just charged a Brampton man in connection with this earlier this month, back early January. And it's good to see, Canada Border Services Agency. I know there's been a lot of stuff going on with the border. They had that incident in Buffalo a few months ago as well. But it's good to see that they're still staying diligent and making sure that things like this get followed up on.
So those are what we surmise as 5 of the biggest news stories, but there was a pretty cool little sports story that I wanted to highlight as well.
Yeah, so I mean, if anybody knows you and I, Jordan, they know we're big sports guys. We both work in news, but we're big sports guys, and that's kind of where our heart lies a lot of the time. And for the first time, I live in a city that has a professional baseball team, the Welland Jackfish, which is super exciting. And they're coming off a championship season last year. So normally when you're leaving a championship season, going into the next year, you want to, I mean, the goal is obviously always to repeat, but you want to be impressive at the very least. And the Jackfish are doing that. They signed 23-year-old Grayson Barrett from Texas Wesleyan University. He was an NAIA All-American last year. He had a .415 batting average, which is astronomically high. And he had a gold glove playing in left field. So the guy can do it, on all parts of the diamond. This is a really exciting signing for the Jackfish.
I can't wait to get out to a few Jackfish games coming up this season. It's going to be a lot of fun, and they're going to be very good once again as they continue, as you mentioned, a pursuit for a second consecutive championship, which would be pretty cool.
Absolutely.
Those are the big stories that we were chronicling. This is a feature we're going to start doing each and every month. It's a little bit of a time capsule, if you will, as we look back on the biggest stories that took place over the past 30 or 31 days, or maybe that'll be different in February because it is a leap year. But this is this month in Niagara. Jordan Mercier here, Matt Latour, and of course, you can check out the latest news, sports, weather, everything you need to know on a couple of websites. You need to bookmark these, giantfm.com and country89.com.